Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to whomever, whichever, however, where you shall be watching this. If you so choose to watch this video. If you choose to watch this video, I appreciate you tuning in and just sticking around for this short period of time. Your time is precious and valuable, and you chose to spend it here watching this video of me chatting about something in particular. In this video, it's going to be about, well, today's Valentine's Day, so why not? What's better than better subject to talk about than, I guess, love. What does love mean to me? Love is a heavy word, but maybe not necessarily in not in a negative context, but more, I would just say in a general sense. Love can be something that just fills your life with all kinds of different emotions on both aspects, positive and negative. Or a combination of both, obviously, maybe some more than the other, depending upon life circumstances and whatnot. There's also the subject of unconditional love, which is the type of love that is pretty much equally given to pretty much everybody, and yourself included. You recognize in each other that you are a beautiful, unique individual. You hold everyone, you hold others in, I won't say high regard, but in a positive, typically positive manner. Seeing that we're all just people here, we're trying our best, we're fallible, we're capable of making mistakes, more mistakes, fewer mistakes, depending on obviously how your life is going, basically. Love is something that is more than a feeling, and sometimes people get confused when they throw the love word out, and it's usually associated or attached with feelings. Feelings come and go. You can't rely upon feelings, because you may be smitten to someone for a period of time, and then you lose that that feeling that was there in the beginning, and then you may find yourself eventually teetering away from that person. And then there goes the topic of commitment, obviously. I think love is a long-term thing that is more than just a feeling. It's something that you must commit to. If you can find yourself in a place where you can love someone almost equally anew, almost every day, regardless of whatever it is, whatever challenges you've had to deal with coming from the other individual, or just circumstances you had to deal with that involve both of you working together, in which maybe you haven't necessarily been able to effectively work with one another in handling certain problems, thus creating some friction between you two in the relationship, or however your relationship is. If you prefer, whatever your status is, it could be more than 2 people, 3 people, whatever your preference is. Love for me personally is something that's always been a head scratcher for me. Just not necessarily to try and understand it. I would say I have a decent understanding of love and its different facets, but it's just more, I would say, just me finding someone, or even if even if I could just say it's just someone, just love in general. I probably haven't shown myself love, or enough of it to a degree, or haven't provided myself a certain type of love to myself in a way that I feel that, or in a way that can benefit me in the long term, meaning which also provides me a bit of personal strength, so to speak, in handling certain circumstances and situations. Just seeing through feelings, obviously, just seeing through that at all, that it is more than just feelings. That I think the ultimate expression or the ultimate definition of love, you can say, is God. God is the definition of love. It's inherent. It's in each and every single one of us. It's in our DNA. Whether you can agree or not to that notion or that assessment, that's fine. I think it's still ultimately it's inherent in all of us as human beings. The fingerprints of the Creator, you can say, is our DNA. It's what makes us who we are, and just the sheer fact that life can express strong emotions and feelings in support of one another, to actually, in particular, for us as human beings, being able to acknowledge, understand, and feel feelings, and just care, general care, and just for life in general, beyond just ourselves, because we know inherently that life is fragile, it's finite, and life can disappear just like that. So appreciating and valuing that life in the form of love, the expression of love, is, I think, a good way to fit what love is into life. Love life, life is love, love is life. But yeah, so love is, well, confusing to many, and even to those who claim to have a great understanding of love, who maybe haven't experienced it in a manner to which they haven't wrapped their head around in a certain way, or maybe you have, maybe you do have a deep and thorough understanding of what it is, or what love is, in all aspects, more than just feelings, more than just showing it in action, more than just a physical reaction, so on and so forth. I like to personally believe that there are things in this universe in which we don't understand still, obviously, and there are things, obviously, that we don't understand about this universe, and I'm sure there's something in the quantum that is potentially a factor in helping, or a factor in defining love, because it's, for us at least, for life, for us human beings, is it's very important. It's a very important staple in our existence, to care for one another, to provide help, to just generally be there for others, especially in their time of need. The last thing we want to have someone have to deal with is deal with something alone, which can jeopardize their very placement in this universe, or their existence in this universe. Is there life beyond death? Absolutely. Are there things that happen after we die, to us personally, to maybe our soul, our consciousness, where we transcend beyond a plane of some sort of that leads to a certain level, or to the next level, or what have you. I know, kind of deviating, but I think ultimately that all plays a part, especially when you hear a lot of these stories about near-death experiences, or people who've died, and have been dead for X amount of minutes, in which they came back or they've been dead longer than X amount of minutes, and they came back, and and the majority of them have expressed that they had this overwhelming sense of love being given, expressed, and just received from beyond that point. That is warm and embracing, and it's accepting of you, and it's comforting you. I think there's some truly comforting thoughts, or truly comforting things about that, because a lot of people fear the transition into death, and it's very traumatic, scary, especially those last moments. I mean, depending on how you pass, obviously, some they don't feel anything, and because they're at a point in their passing, or soon to be passing, where they're just not able to feel that fear, or because of the condition that they're in. But I think love is immensely important. We need it in our lives. We need it for humanity's sake. We need it just to give it out in general, but also requires a bit of smarts, so you can give love, provide love, receive love, but also be smart about it, meaning don't let the feelings confuse you and dictate or control and make you react in a certain way that is destructive and intuitive to what love ultimately is meant to provide. It's normal. You'll feel anger in certain situations. Again, strong feelings because you're attached, connected. Vice versa, be extremely sad, depressing, but at the same time, or adversely, in a positive way, extremely happy, joyful. Just they feel fulfilled, and I think the flip side is better than the opposite. So, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. If you watched this video, I know this video was late. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching. Remember that you're appreciated, you are valued, you are loved. If you're going through something rough, which I'm pretty sure the majority of us are nowadays, know that it will pass. It's all problems are temporary. You'll get through this like the champion that you are. If you feel like you're alone, you have no one to talk to, know that there is always somebody that you can talk to. It's just mustering up the courage to finding someone who is willing to listen, who you know who would listen. Even if it's a complete stranger who's actually willing to listen. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night, great Valentine's Day, and talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.